Hey, what is up, guys? It's no FUMAR here. Sorry about that. I've got a little bit of a cold. A bunch of us at my school do. But I'm just coming at you with a 3-on-3 game. It was myself with Red Panda and Franta, not Fanta. Let me turn off the fog of war here. We'll get a chance to look at the other guys. And we were playing against Six Fishy, Adjundant Chef Sam, and Letters. And we are playing on some map that I can't remember. I actually had a couple more gameplays to record, but unfortunately it looks like all the files are being corrupted or something, probably because of the update we had due to the recent Make War Not Love competition we had. But anyway, it's basically me as Soviets, 2 Americans, versus 2 Germans and the people. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna turn the fog of war off. Where'd I go? Oh, I'm on the wrong team. Whew, that was a little scary. But anyway, we're gonna go with me. I don't really remember this HUD very well. But anyway, I wound up going with the new DLC commander that we got for participating in the event, which was Advanced Warfare Tactics. I'm not sure if it's new or anything, but I decided to roll with it because it was something different, and I was tired of using Shermans all the time. So my main go-to thing to do in the beginning now is build a support weapon, and then come in. I start off with engineers, conscripts, and then get a machine gun out, and I decided to go up the excuse me, go up the right side, let my partners deal around here in the middle. I'm going to speed it up a little bit so that we're not here for very long. It's very upsetting because my old replays we actually won in, so just know that I'm pretty good, I swear. One time I was, at least, I know. But the neat thing about the commander that I went with is this radio intercept. So I could tell when they were building things like tanks, and I would alert my teammates and try and let them know. I wonder what is oh my, no, come back. Alright, there we go. This taskbar is a little interesting, but I guess it's all I've got to work with. I liked it better when you could see basically what I was seeing. But basically I realized that this guy's got some assault grenadiers with their SMG, so I was like, well, screw this. The best thing, a couple things I've gotten really good at is micromanaging my troops, so I'm trying to run them around and give some time until my MG squad can get up here and suppress them and at least get them to retreat out of there. And I also know the importance of retreating and then reimbursing the troops. I don't know if it's reimbursing, of like refortify or something. I don't know, but I've got my engineers running around capturing some places. I got a mortar squad out here just to act as backup. We can see that my partners over here are doing a good job trying to just push up, cap some territories, and gain some land control. So I'm going to speed it up here a little bit again. So it's an MG face-off, but I've got my mortar team up here, and they're going to bombard these guys and assault them, basically, to the point where they just start getting mad. I had an MG team back here for a while that I wasn't really paying attention to. I was a little focused up here on this conflict that was going on. I got my engineers up here, and I'm starting to try and capture this victory point. Because it's obviously victory point, you know, first to win wins. Generally, sometimes these games can come down to annihilation in the end, but it's always good to have that victory point advantage so you can force some errors on their part. I hate the path that the troops would retreat from up here. They would run over here and out of the way. I wish they would just, maybe you could like make your own retreating paths. That would be really nice. Like if you could section off, like say, this area over here, if I click retreat, I want them to run back in this direction. That would definitely be really helpful. Excuse me. At one point, I noticed that we were having some issues here in the middle. I decided to send a conscript squad over. I found that it's very beneficial to make sure that you can get something like the Molotov cocktail or the anti-tank grenade, because it can just help suppress an area or get some troops out of there and really help you out. For the most part, me during this game is just being over here in this area, fortifying down to try and ensure that nothing's going to happen over here to this victory point. I also like in this division that you can get the conscript assault package, which is just getting some an automatic rifle. Is it? Yeah, the PPSH. And I try to push up to try and take some of these points back because I know how important land control can be. And so I try and push up, and I realize, oh man, they've got mortars up here, and they had an MG bunker. So that really wasn't going to happen anytime soon. But you just heard there that AT grenades were available to conscripts. So basically, in my home base, I've got the hospital, the Molotovs, and the AT grenades, because they can just be unbelievably helpful. One of my MG squads I threw up here because my one partner was having a little bit of trouble helping out capture that area, and I know how important it can be, even if you've just got a little bit of help from your partners, how much difference that can make. So I'm trying to kind of assault a little bit. I've gotten good at recognizing when to use certain abilities, like their Oorah ability, which lets them basically run in behind them, and you can get maybe a Molotov in there or something. So again, the retreating path is horrible, so I wish you could make some sort of adaptive retreating path that you could define. It would save a lot of hassle and definitely make things a little bit easier. So here I got a little bit screwed. He threw some Volks Grenadiers up here, or Assault Grenadiers, and was starting to harass my mortar team, and I was having none of that. So basically I'm just slowly building up this area over here, trying to have a good time. At some point I capture a machine gun crew over here. I don't know if that's this machine gun crew. No, that was one of my standard Soviet machine gunners. At some point up here I capture a German machine gunner, and I just station him here, and he does a good job. So again, I'm just bringing units over here. At some point I try and get my engineers up here to drop some mines, because mines can definitely be an extremely helpful tool that you can utilize to help section off areas. So I noticed that with my passive ability, the radio intercept, that he's building a lot of tanks, so I'm starting to pump out some AT guns and get them up here, getting more conscript squads, especially because of this passive ability. I want to take advantage of that. So I'm not sure if this is... Yes, I guess we missed it, but I picked up an MG42. Anytime you see your enemy drop a piece of equipment, and if you have conscripts or engineers nearby that aren't Vet 3 and you can get rid of a couple of them, pick it up, because anything that you have that they lost is a huge gain in your favor. Oh man, this cold is rough. I'm sorry I'm not focusing a lot on my teammates. I wasn't really sure exactly what was going on, but throughout the game I was asking and checking in and making sure everything was going okay with them, that they weren't being completely demolished. I wanted to make sure that this guy, especially here in the middle where most of the action was taking place, he had some good support. So I've just got my mortars are back up here. I've got tons of conscript squads. I think I had 4 or 5. It looks like I got 4 at the moment. But again, I start to hear that, you know, poop's about to hit the fan with some tanks, and we'll see that in a little bit. But I've got my AT guns set up here. I wanted to make sure I had one off to the side, because I know generally the tank will come in and then sneak around behind and give some trouble. So I wanted one off to the side that could help out. So I don't know if it was right here that the tank started to roll in, but it's probably pretty soon. So he's got some Volks Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers in here. And I basically just bring up my conscripts with their PPSHs, and it's amazing the difference that those PPSHs make at close range. Really, really effective. So I think he noticed that I had maybe one AT gun or AT grenade. I don't think he noticed I had the other one, but he's got these mortars up here, and they're really annoying me. So I think my one mortar squad here can take care of this AT gun and at least push him back. One thing that I had to do, though, was I had to take these conscripts, and right around here you'll see me activate the Oorah, so that they won't get suppressed and they can run up, back, and around. Maybe I don't use Oorah, but basically my main goal was throw some Molotovs in there and get them out of there so that they stop hurting my guys. But as you can see, they get pushed back. And again, the stupid retreating path right in front of 2 different MG units. I'm pretty sure I lose one of these squads. I'm not positive, but no, it looks like they both get by. But again here, I'm just trying to make sure. Sometimes I would forget about my squad. Right there I lose an MG gunner. But that's kind of what you have to do. This guy's doing a good job with anti-tank as well as a tank for suppressing some infantry. But we're going to come back over to my area because at some point, poop is literally going to hit the fan. But I've noted, I was like, there's going to be tanks. There will be blood. There will be tanks. I wanna look at me. Where's me? Bad. Okay. So I've got my guys retreating back. I'm trying to build them back up. One thing that I thought of that might sometimes it's interesting to see how it plays out is to build the tier 4, the mechanized armor, and get a Katusha out there just to help suppress and bombard, especially if they're just... This guy seemed to just be hoarding his units in this area, and then he would just try a large assault. So if I could get that up in there and just shoot and bombard, it would definitely be something he would have to reckon with. Sorry, my father texted me there. So every once in a while I'll hear something like "watch out, grenade," and I'll look over here and nothing's going on, and I'll remember, oh, I've got troops back here. And I remember that I have to try and do my best to pay attention between the 2 areas to see what's going on. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit here. At some point, like I said, there's going to be pretty much a shit show coming. So this one guy, I could notice with my intel that he was just racking up tanks. Yeah, so there he just made an anti-tank gun and a Puma. So I know it's not going to be fun. One thing that I've also gotten pretty good at is taking conscript squads and reinforcing other units that I don't want to have run back, especially something like an MG crew. Alright, so here, this is when poop hit the fan for me. This is when I said, oh god, we've got 2 Stugs and a stop sign tank. And I'm going to turn off the fog of war. Or maybe I didn't. No, I did. And he's got he's got 2 Volks Grenadier, or I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 Grenadier squads and an MG gunner. And I've got 3 anti-tank guns, an MG nest, an engineer squad, and some conscripts. Basically, if it wasn't for these 3 AT guns, I would have been completely demolished. But luckily, like I said, I had this one back here that could seriously help out. So one tank got taken out pretty immediately. And again, like I said, these tanks start coming up and around. This Stug goes down pretty quickly. I hate the stop sign truck because it just demolishes infantry. So after I couldn't get my things turned around fast enough, I basically took all my conscript squads and had them throw AT grenades. It was also annoying. Sometimes when you clump these guys together, it's just a crap show. It's really up in the air who wins. But I wound up losing a nice Vet 2 conscript squad. And this guy actually, the stop sign truck got abandoned. So I hopped in with my engineers. I wanted to run away. I didn't notice he had Panzer Grenadiers. So that was just a waste of 3 engineers. Basically, it was at this point where I said, oh crap, I have to turn my MG gun to help suppress these guys. He was facing the wrong way the whole time, so it was really... not a good time. But again, there you can see I had thrown a Molotov to try and deal with that infantry. Engineer tried to run away and got caught in the Molotov. I'm running my conscripts kind of around to do the best I can. I hate those grenades. I wish the conscripts, even if it was just like a pineapple grenade or something, but you can see my forces depleted so much. I used to have units out to here. I had like 4 conscript squads, 3 AT grenades, so much stuff that I just didn't get a chance to use. I brought my Katusha out and had him park himself back here to try and help out. And one of the nicer things about this division is you can get a single T-34-85, which is an upgraded T-34, I think with better armor, and I know with a better cannon. So basically, I basically said good game. We had all 3 parts. My partner is moving in, yellow is slowly moving up, and purple's making like kind of a final assault forward to try and take this one command point. But basically, that's the game, and I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm sorry I wasn't really feeling very well. I've got kind of a boring voice right now, and didn't really get to see much tank-on-tank action. Unfortunately, a couple of my other replays, like I said, it looks like they're corrupted or they can't be accessed or something, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. But thanks for watching, and a little nifty note. I was playing another game and it was pretty much down to the wire here, and I think we had 17 points on the enemy left, and so I just basically said, screw it, I'm going to send all my tanks in, and he actually managed to kill all my tanks and come back and take one of the command points back, and they wound up winning. Or actually, I think I got dropped, which was really annoying. So I was hoping I could, at least help out my teammates a little bit. But anyway, that was the game, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to hearing from you all in the future. Like this if you enjoyed it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe for more, and check out my Facebook page if you want to get up-to-date info, and I will talk to you guys later.